Once upon a time, in a quiet corner of a picturesque village, nestled amidst rolling hills and the gentle whispers of the wind, there lived a widower named Daniel. He was a man of quiet strength and deep wisdom, and he had dedicated his life to raising his young son, Caleb, after the untimely loss of his beloved wife, Emily. Their quaint cottage, adorned with ivy-covered walls and a white picket fence, was more than just a home. It was a sanctuary of love, warmth, and shared memories. Daniel's eyes, with a hint of sorrow from the loss he had endured, shone with the radiant love he had for his son. As the years passed, Daniel embraced his role as both father and mother to Caleb. He knew that in his hands lay the responsibility of not only providing for his son's physical needs but also nurturing his spirit, guiding him through the labyrinth of life's lessons. And so, in their cozy abode, he set out to impart the most profound teachings about life and love. One crisp spring morning, when the sun's rays painted a golden path across their wooden floor, Daniel approached Caleb with a gentle smile. "Caleb, my son," he began, "today, I want to share with you the most important lessons that life has taught me." Caleb, with his father's piercing blue eyes and an insatiable thirst for knowledge, looked up from his toy blocks. "What kind of lessons, Papa?" Daniel settled into the armchair, inviting Caleb to join him. "Life, Caleb, is a journey of learning, growing, and understanding. It's filled with moments of joy, challenges to overcome, and, most importantly, love." As the days turned into weeks, father and son explored these lessons through the rhythms of their daily lives. Together, they tended to their garden, nurturing vibrant blooms and cultivating delicious fruits. Each flower, each fruit, held a story, a metaphor for the growth of love in one's heart. "See this rose, Caleb?" Daniel would say, pointing to a delicate blossom. "Just as we care for our garden, we must nurture the love we have for one another. Love, like a rose, blooms and thrives when tended to with care." Caleb nodded thoughtfully, his young mind absorbing not only the knowledge but also the love and warmth of his father's teachings. Their afternoons were spent wandering through the nearby woods, where Daniel would impart lessons on the beauty of nature. He taught Caleb about the seasons, the cycles of life and rebirth, and the interconnectedness of all living things. "Life," Daniel explained, "is like the changing seasons. Each phase brings its own beauty and challenges, but it's the cycle itself that makes life a continuous, beautiful journey." But life wasn't just about flowers and trees, it was about the people they met along the way. The villagers were their extended family, and Daniel and Caleb shared their wisdom and kindness with their neighbors. They learned about the strength that came from supporting one another and the profound joy of giving without expecting anything in return. As Caleb grew older, their discussions deepened. They delved into matters of the heart, exploring the complexities of love. Daniel shared stories of his life with Emily, the moments they cherished, and the challenges they overcame together. He spoke of the beauty of love, the way it could transform even the darkest of days into moments of radiant light. One evening, as they sat by the fireplace, Caleb asked, "Papa, how do you know when you're in love?" Daniel gazed into the dancing flames, his eyes reflecting the memories of his beloved Emily. "Love, my son, is like the gentlest breeze on a warm summer day. It's a feeling that wraps around your heart, making it skip a beat. It's the joy you find in someone's laughter, the comfort in their presence, and the longing when they're not near." Caleb nodded thoughtfully, contemplating his father's words. As time passed, their conversations evolved further, encompassing the grander themes of life's purpose and the pursuit of happiness. They explored the importance of following one's dreams, discovering one's passions, and the fulfillment that came from pursuing a life aligned with one's true calling. "Remember, Caleb," Daniel advised, life is too precious to be lived solely for others' expectations. Seek your own path, and in doing so, you will find your own unique happiness. Caleb, now a young man with dreams of his own, listened to his father's words with a newfound sense of determination. He had been shaped not only by the world outside but by the profound lessons of life and love imparted by his father. As Caleb set out on his own adventures, Daniel watched with a mixture of pride and nostalgia. He knew that his son was ready to explore the world, to experience its joys and challenges, and to share his own wisdom with those he encountered. Daniel smiled, his eyes shimmering with pride and affection. "You have become a remarkable man, Caleb, and I could not be prouder. The greatest gift you can give me is to carry forward the lessons of life and love to the next generation." Caleb embraced his father, feeling the depth of their connection and the love that had been their constant companion through every season of life. In the twilight of their years, father and son continued to share their lives, basking in the love and warmth of their cottage and the lessons that had bound them together. The cottage itself, with its walls steeped in history and love, seemed to echo the wisdom of their shared journey. As the sun set on another day, casting a warm, golden glow over their cottage, Daniel and Caleb sat side by side, savoring the peace that enveloped them. The lessons of life and love had not only shaped their individual destinies but had also strengthened the unbreakable bond between them. And so, in that charming cottage nestled amidst rolling hills and the gentle whispers of the wind, the widower and his son continued their journey through life and love, passing on their timeless wisdom to all who were fortunate enough to cross their path. In the idyllic village where Daniel and Caleb resided, the passage of time seemed almost ethereal. The rolling hills bore witness to countless seasons, each one marking the progression of life, the growth of the trees, and the changing colors of the meadows. The cottage, with its cozy rooms and warm hearth, stood as a testament to the enduring love between a father and his son. As Caleb continued to grow, so did his understanding of his father's teachings. Their discussions became more profound, exploring not only the essence of life and love but also the complexities of the human spirit. Caleb had developed a deep sense of empathy and an insatiable thirst for knowledge, much like his father. One summer evening, when the fireflies danced in the garden and the stars adorned the night sky, Caleb approached his father with a question that had been lingering in his mind for some time. "Papa," he began, "you've taught me so much about love, but what about loss? How do we cope with the pain of losing someone we love?" Daniel, his eyes filled with a mixture of understanding and sadness, knew that this was a lesson that life had taught him in the harshest of ways. He drew Caleb closer and spoke with a gentle sincerity. "Loss, my dear son, is a part of life, a part that brings pain and grief, but also a profound sense of appreciation for what we once had." Caleb listened intently as his father shared stories of the loss of his beloved Emily. He spoke of the emptiness that had settled in his heart, the nights filled with tears, and the ache that had seemed unbearable. But he also spoke of the gradual healing, the memories that became a source of solace, and the understanding that love could transcend even the boundaries of life and death. "Loss teaches us, Caleb," Daniel continued, "that love is not measured by the time we have with someone but by the depth of connection we share. It reminds us to cherish every moment, to express our love openly, and to carry the essence of those we've lost within our hearts." As Caleb absorbed the wisdom of his father's words, he couldn't help but reflect on the profound impact of love and loss on their own lives. He had seen how his father had emerged from the depths of grief with a heart that was stronger and more compassionate, and he knew that this was a lesson he, too, would carry with him throughout his journey. The seasons continued to pass, and Caleb ventured beyond the village to explore the world. He sought knowledge in distant lands, met people from diverse cultures, and experienced the beauty and complexity of life in its myriad forms. But no matter where his adventures took him, the teachings of his father remained his guiding light. During his travels, Caleb encountered love in its many manifestations, love that was pure and unconditional, love that was passionate and fleeting, and love that transcended all barriers. He learned that love was not confined to romantic relationships but could be found in the bonds of friendship, the kindness of strangers, and the beauty of the natural world. He also witnessed the impact of loss on others, the profound grief that accompanied the departure of loved ones and the resilience with which people carried on, honoring the memories of those they had lost. It reinforced the lessons his father had imparted, reminding him that love and loss were intertwined threads in the tapestry of life. As years turned into decades, Caleb returned to the village, his heart brimming with experiences and wisdom. He had found a love of his own, a love that mirrored the deep connection he had shared with his father. Together with his partner, he continued the legacy of kindness and understanding that had been passed down through generations. When Caleb reunited with his father in their cozy cottage, now graced with the presence of a new generation, the laughter of grandchildren and the scent of freshly baked bread, he felt a profound sense of gratitude. His father's teachings had not only shaped his own life but had also influenced the lives of countless others who had been touched by his wisdom and compassion. One evening, as they sat by the fireplace, the flickering flames casting a warm glow upon their faces, Caleb spoke to his father with a voice filled with reverence. "Papa," he said, "your teachings have not only enriched my life but have also touched the lives of so many others. You have created a legacy of love and understanding that will continue to inspire generations to come." Daniel, his eyes reflecting the wisdom of a life well lived, smiled warmly at his son. "My dear Caleb," he replied, "the greatest joy a parent can experience is knowing that their teachings have made a positive impact on the world. Love, after all, is a ripple that extends far beyond our own existence." And so, in the twilight of their years, father and son continued to share their lives, basking in the love and warmth of their cottage and the lessons that had bound them together. The cottage itself, with its walls steeped in history and love, seemed to echo the wisdom of their shared journey. As the sun set on another day, casting a warm, golden glow over their cottage, Daniel and Caleb sat side by side, savoring the peace that enveloped them. The lessons of life and love had not only shaped their individual destinies but had also strengthened the unbreakable bond between them. And so, in that charming cottage nestled amidst rolling hills and the gentle whispers of the wind, the widower and his son continued their journey through life and love, passing on their timeless wisdom to all who were fortunate enough to cross their path.